My name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Oh, forgot we don't have that anymore. We're using that for something completely different. Our company is Black Series Edition, LLC, and pretty soon we'll have the new Exotic Collection LLC also. I just went in and applied for a lot of paperwork today. I applied for our LLC, which I just got finished doing a few minutes ago. Also applied for copyrights. That's already done. We registered and paid for our business tax identification ID number, which is also to an EIN number. We applied for that. So all that's all set up under the new company. The next thing, we have a couple of things, trademarks and some other things we're going to be applying for. But now my company will officially, already registration went through for us to have an LLC attached to our company, which I read all the perks and stuff with it, which is going to be freaking amazing. So all that is done, man. We can pretty much, we have a couple other more things we have to do, and then after that we can start going in and getting our contracts, because we're just about finished all paperwork. My safety material data codes are all finished, so I'm just waiting for that to come in the mail. So I'm about to bump in the stand. And as I said before, you see in the caption, yeah, we have a business tax identification ID number, which means that gives us a ton of perks, and we just applied for our LLC, which we have now under the Black Series. So as I told you before, we're doing everything to make sure this company is legit as legit can be. And as I said before, again, before you go out, we know we got people who copy us, but before you go out and pay all this money, because it costs money to get all this stuff done, and spend the money for the LLC and keep in mind the tax number and all that stuff. You may want to make sure your numbers are correct, because you do not want to mess up in that area at all, period. So again, if you're having a difficult time trying to add up what your expenses are on how much you need to be making at the end of the day from making a profit, you better get that right, or you're going to get yourself audited at the end of the day by Uncle Sam. So you better know what you're doing in that field. Other than that, I would advise anybody who's going down to get an LLC for their company, make sure your products work before you spend all that money to go into that, because again, if your products don't work and you can't back them up, there's no point in investing the money and the other registrations you're going to have to go through in order to make your company legit. You got to make sure your stuff actually freaking works. So one of the contracts that we're looking over right now, we're submitting our information over to them because what they requested for us. They're guarantee us about a starting point about 80 to about 100 gallons a day. That's what they're guaranteeing that they can do for us. And we have to have all this paperwork in order to do that. Now, the reason why I say this is because we got people who fake it on YouTube, and out here it's a little different out here. So you're gonna have all your ducks in a row if you're going to do this. So just looking the words up, because I know we get people that are calling and copy what we do, and it comes up blowing up in their face. Like when we had 48 ounces containers, there's a reason why we had 48-ounce containers and why we needed them at that particular time, but somebody went and copied what we did, and now they're going through some crap over that. Let me see, what do we apply for here? Now, because we have the LLC, it actually gives us 10 times more weight in court. Oh, do play if you want. We got some things set up for already in the process. I've got some other things I'm doing right now with the attorneys to get some things set up in the process to make sure we get a closure at the end of the year on certain individuals that were carrying themselves in an unlawful manner. You will be taken care of soon. I got 4 years to prosecute you. Got plenty of time. But until then, I'm following documents left and right to get things set up so we can get everything tidied up, all the evidence squared away, and ready to go to court. I'm telling you, I'm not one when it comes to business to play around. I'm not that type of person. I don't get on camera and I don't carry on. I can back my products at 100%. And when it comes into basically backing up our company's ability to be able to be registered and licensed, we do that at the end of the day. We left the mic open, just to let you know. We left the mic open because I love to let people see how the naysayers react, how they carry themselves, how they carry on, how they act up, how unprofessional they are. So, question is, where's your safety material data sheets at? Is your company licensed? You know, Crystal is licensed. It's licensed, and it's also too has a what do you have underneath of it? We have the copyrights on it. Yeah, my company's licensed. Come on, if I do all this stuff right here, right in front of you, I can turn it to that company's license. I'm thinking next we're gonna go with a trademark tomorrow. Maybe I should wait till the graphic designer comes back with the official containers and then go with the trademark. Would be really nice. That'd be really nice. All right, so we are going to be redoing the paperwork for Crystal Edge. Crystal Edge is going to be designed as a distributorship company for distribution of large orders. That's what it's going to be designed for. So we have to reconstruct all the paperwork on that as we get that done and finished. Let me see. Are they in the ranting and carrying on? Yeah, as always. Ranting and carrying on, upset and jealous. Look, gentlemen, I understand you're ticked and upset because every time we come on here, we got new licenses, we got tax ID, we got all that good stuff. I know at the end of the day that you're frustrated and upset, but what are you mad at me for? It's your product that's failing. At the end of the day, you need to push up your sleeves and you need to work. If you're going to get on a level where companies are going to be able to look at you as a real 100% legit company, you're going to have to be able to back your products. And you guys can't even pass house paint. You can't be on this level and have a registered name. You can't pass house paint. What's the point? Sherwin-Williams has the same stuff you guys have. Nothing different. If I go to your websites, half on your websites don't make any sense. You got one fellow's talking about his gain on his product is an 8 to 9. What the freak is an 8 to 9 on gain? Either it's an 8 or 9. How does that even work? It's like if you sold a projector and say, oh, it's 1080p, 720p. What the heck is that? You guys don't even know what you're doing at the end of the day. And I couldn't imagine you filling out the documents on here, because if you can't fill out a basic information on a website with proper information explaining your products, there is no way in the world you're going to go through the registration process of these documents. It's not going to happen. So I understand you're angry and upset, but that's not my problem at the end of the day. That is your problem, not mine. Let me see. This is the tax forms I got to fill out. I got to report my earnings with that. Do you report your earnings? Let me see. What is this right here? This is for... Let me see. Oh, this is for the trademark. The trademark. We're doing a trademark for that. That's really nice. So yeah, you got to register. You got to do it legit by the book. Now I got to go in here. I got to get ready to set up for our third company, which I'm building under the exotics. Which I have to go through the same process I went through this. I got to fill out for the LLCs. I got to show you LLCs, trademarks, and some other stuff I have to do with that too also. And because we have now filed for an S corporate license, you know what that does for me? That opens up a ton of perks for my company. You know, if they have any grants, we get those too. We get grants for companies, whatever we want, we can get that access to that. That's why when I filled out the LLCs, I did them a certain way. The LLCs basically marry with the EIN number or tax identification ID numbers. They marry well, which means we can use one over another to actually get certain perks. So these companies are shipping out these projection screens, and it costs nothing, where it costs me a ton of money to ship out a motorized projection screen. It's going to cost much less than that because I have these particular licenses. That's why. So tomorrow we finish out the paperwork for the corporate. Now, just to let you know, if you decide you want to go down this road, what is it going to cost you? The LLC is about 200. Well, actually, no, it cost me $357, something on that price for the LLC. For the tax identification ID number, they used to be free. That's about $250. No charge for that. And for the copyrights, they were $200. for copyrights. If you want to do a safety material data sheet, $1,200. That's what it costs to get that document done and get your products tested. That'll be $1,200. And you're going to have to find a legitimate company to do the lab test results. So basically you can have all that legitimate on a document showing that your products were tested through a flash stone or whatever other cool stuff they got to put it through. Patent pendings, provisional patent pendings and provisional patents. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Anywhere between $800, $900. That's for patent pending. Provisional patents a little more expensive, $10, $20, $30,000, maybe 50 grand to get that one done. All right, so as you can see, bit by bit, we're getting everything together and get everything set up, because come this summer, I want to be able to have all my contracts set up with all my different companies we're going to be doing business with. I want to make sure all our paperwork is legit, everything is good for tax time, everything is done by the book to show that our company is an official business, not a hobby. Now, as I said before, in December, we will be closing down the site for Crystal Edge. It's going to be rebuilt. And the reason why it's going to be rebuilt, because we want to turn it into for distributorship and commercial distributorship. That's what we're going to turn it into. That is going to require a password. We have people coming to the site talking about, well, the site is locked. That site's locked because we don't know they're using it for business. Right now, the site we're using for our customers is the Black Series Edition. Those are the ones. That's the site we're using right now. Let me see. Did I put the LLC? I think I did this one with the switch up. I think I did animate some of this. Let me see if we got it anyplace else. Anyplace else, I got to change it to the LLC on here. That's going to have to go through the entire page. This is not the label. You'll see the labels when they come in. Those are not the labels, a dummy label for right now. The LLC is all legit, but those are dummy labels. So pretty much bit by bit, like I said, it's all coming together nice and smoothly. Let me see. This is my document from my LLC, right? Yeah, this is an LLC order. All right, I need to print this one out. Give me more action. Let me see. Ton of paperwork. Still got more to go through. Right now I'm going to be working on the app for the site. Tomorrow I'm going to be setting up a banking account because we're going to be doing Apple Pay. Apple Pay and some other stuff we're going to be doing on the site. Gracious is a big file. But that's the end of it. Oh, thank you. That's a big file. All right, this is our LLC receipt for LLC. It's already done. All right, that's perfect. Okay, perfect. Our company's license. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I'm gonna use my name for no reason. I don't see what happens. What do we have here? This is for the tax right here. documents there. And oh, what's the back of this right here? What's the back of here? This is for oh, it's the copyright. The copyrights. It's all finished. That's all done. Let me see. Let's see where we have to go in. We're supposed to have a list up here on what we're supposed to finish off. And I have to pay off the taxes for that. These are sales tax. Where's my list at? What I gotta do tomorrow. I have to open up a business banking account or business banking account tomorrow. I'm going to use our EIN number to set that up. We can set up a legit business account and just allow our company later on in time, if we decide we want to get loans, we'll be eligible for loans. We reach money back and forth to the account, ensure the account is active and does make money. Now, as I said before, you know, these are individuals who constantly call my company a scam at the end of the day, but my company's legit, it's real. You guys, your company's not real at all, period. And again, before you spend the money or go out and get one of these, you know, get your company with an LLC, you definitely want to make sure your products actually freaking work. Because again, the people that we do business with will test your stuff. At the end of the day, they will stick it in well-lit environments. They will basically test it against house paint or whatever they can stick it against it, because at the end of the day, they want to find out if they can do it themselves and they don't have to do business with you. That's what it comes down to. If they can make it themselves, if they can figure out, oh, if it's black paint, we can do the same thing with black paint, save a ton of money. Don't have to deal with this guy at the end of the day. You better show that your stuff can basically beat black paint at the end of the day. So same thing, if your product is matching house paint, well, guess what's going to happen? They're going to go out there and get some bare or whatever they can get, some gray and black paint, and they're going to put it against your screen and just see if there's a difference. And that whole little slight difference, that doesn't mean jack them at the end of the day. If they can do it for cheaper and they can figure out how to do it, yeah, they're not going to touch you with a 10-foot pole. That's why we have all those test demonstrations on the site showing the screens on so many different levels to show that our product is different. All that time that you sat there and mocked Mr. Bird because he was in that house working his behind off, backing his product up. Now I'm here on the next stage, and you can't even come here because your product can't pass house paint. They're going to spend all that money for all those documents, and then don't even get the contract because they can do it from house paint, no problem. So you have to have all your stuff has to be tested. One of the distributors we were talking to about having our paperwork and our ducks in a row before we came down there and even talk to them. They didn't want to talk to us unless we had all this paperwork done. That they said that it has to back up what it's designed to do. If it doesn't, they're not interested. So it's interesting, like I said, at the end of the day, when you think about it, that my company is legit and real. Now it's 100% real. The Black Series is a 100% function company with tax documents attached to it, safety material data sheets attached to it, LLCs attached to it, and your products are not. Yeah, for a person who's supposed to be a scammer at the end of the day, I spent a heck of a lot of money to basically go in and make sure I pay for all this stuff to make sure my product works. I go through a lot of testing at the end of the day to make sure my product works. The person who's making a fake product, I do a heck of a lot of work. I do more work than those guys at the end of the day. Now, when all this is finished and done, I'm gonna get my gift boxes done with our customized Black Series ink pens and keychains, so we can send out high profile samples to companies so they can test our products and see if they like it or not. And if they come back and say, hey, do you have our documents? We have them. We're good. All right, so that being said, I want to show you we got our LLC. Man, I'm so happy to have that thing. I'm so happy. Everything's done. Everything's legit. We got to get a couple more things done, and that's it. And next summer, I can start going out and advertise my company. And also, too, get a chance to take advantage of the contracts we have now waiting for us. We just can't dive into them until we get all the paperwork finished. All right, well, next time I'll be on, I'll be showing off our, what am I showing off? Come on. Oh, our new labels. And I'm going to check and get some sample ink pens and keychains made with our company's logo. Once we get that back from the from Copyright Office, and we'll be good to go. Got business cards and everything done. I'm so happy. God has been blessing us with so much. We got so much done here. I'm so happy, giving us so much knowledge to get all this finished. Pretty soon, I'm going to have my storefronts. I'm going to have my company's name on my storefronts. I'm going to have my company cars. And maybe I might get a company jet. Who even knows? But anyway, with that being said, got to go. Thank you all, and God bless.